To make a dish garden, you need obviously a dish, non-draining, and soilless mix. You fill it with the soil so that it's about an inch from the rim. You want to leave room so that when you water, it doesn't overflow. There's two ways to do a dish garden. One is where you plant from the back and go forward. The other is where you plant in the center and go around. If you want it as a centerpiece, the center planting is best. If you want it up against a wall, then you want to plant from the back and go forward. So we are going to show you two ways. Allison, the center, me from the back, forward. You start with your tall plants at the back.
Or center.
This is the back is towards me. To get your plant out, you just squeeze and plant. Your selection of plants that you have chosen depends on color, texture, and where you are going to put it. Some plants do better in shade, a shadier area in your home. Others do better in high light. Again, just take it out. Dig your hole. Place your plants. You're tall or in the back. We're going to move forward and down. Allison is obviously around. You make a mess, which is fine. You're doing a tiered thing here. Again, you're going shorter and shorter to the front. To add some color, you want to bring in something like peperonia. This is a oblong container, not round, so you plant it a little differently than a round container. Your plants are well rooted in their little plastic pots, so you don't have to worry about disturbing the roots. Again, your texture and your color pulls out different colors of your plants. There's so many to choose from. It's a personal thing on what you want to plant. How easy is that? The finishing touches is the moss. You can use two types of moss. This is more of like a sheet moss. You just spread it out around it. Some people do not like to see the soil. This prevents that. Dish gardens are popular as gift giving.
Does that moss help maintain the moisture in the soil?
It can, but while it's in the house, it doesn't. That's not as important. It just adds a little finishing touch.
How come it doesn't need drainage? It doesn't get root rot or anything?
You have to be very careful when you water. You water with a very light hand. That is the thing you do at the very end after it's completely finished.
You could also pick whichever moss you like if you want to try to color coordinate it with your container. You could get something that's more of a neutral. For instance, this has a bit of a green tinge. It goes well with this and can kind of pull out the color, different colors if you have pattern.
You can also use colored stones, marbles. There's all sorts of things that you can decorate your pots with. This is your typical dish garden. When you water with a very light hand. Obviously, there's no drainage. Used to, the old rule was to put rocks at the bottom, but not anymore. They have found that dish gardens actually do better if you just use your soilless mix and you water with a very light hand. The water's not going anywhere other than to moisten the soil, so that's why you have to be very careful. There are certain plants that like moisture better than others. You can select those. If you want just a combination, that would do well with moist soil. Allison's could be put at the center of a table and viewed from all directions. Mine would be put at the back. That's how you put a dish garden together.